We are in progress. On this March 4th, is this enough? Yeah, that's enough light, isn't it? So before we get vigorous with marching forth, we'll center. So happy Friday, everybody. Happy day, wherever you are in the world. And we will come into Bu Mudra, just with your index and second finger, extending arms out and placing fingertips on the ground. Just connecting with Earth Mother. Going through many of her changes now as we are with her. Okay, somebody's not muted. Here, I can do that. There we go. So release any tension, any frustrations, any issues from this past week. Anything that you wish to release, whether it's something deeper or something just at the tip of your consciousness. And connect with your breath. You're of course free to release your mudra if you want. If you want to rest your hands on your knees or in your lap, it's your choice. But notice your breath, observe the flow in and out, knowing that prana, the energy that animates us, flows in on the breath, the gift from the air beings. What a gift. Something to be grateful for. If there's nothing else in your life, certainly prana and air, the ability to breathe freely, unhampered, undiapered. Come into awareness of your body, all those muscles and joints. Notice if you're holding tension. I just noticed my right shoulder is kind of lifted up. So we don't have to make changes now. We just want to become aware of what's going on. sensations in your body. And for a moment or two, generate some gratitude for this time we have to practice and share our yoga. And we'll attune to breath now. Just bring palms together in front of your heart. We'll lift up with a deep breath and open out as we lower down. Breathe it up. Breathe it out. You can release on the exhale any further tension that might become apparent. One more round. And then just lift your arms back up overhead. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Reach for the stars. Right hand up. Just extend up through your fingertips. And repeat side to side a few times. Just pulling up out of your hips. Reaching for the stars. Reaching for the moon. Reaching for your dreams. And then both arms lift up and open out. Open the shoulders as you bring your arms down. And then bring your arms around behind you. Interlace your fingers and stretch your arms away. Open the chest and shoulders. Lift your chin. Take your head back, but be sure to elongate in your cervical spine so that you don't grind any vertebra or discs. Open the throat chakra, your communication center, truth center. And then release everything. And we'll come up into standing. And let's do our Tai Chi rising. Just as we start to move, just separate your feet slightly. And we'll bring our hands onto our abdomen. Become aware of your breath underneath your hands. Become aware of the earth beneath your feet. Connect through the soles of your feet and the perineum. And breathe your deep breath. Palms down. As you exhale, bend your knees, scoop up some earth energy. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now. And reach up. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for our highest good. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for our highest good. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for our highest good. Last time, I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for our highest good. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for our highest good, and bring it all into your heart center. Always grateful for our bodies, our vehicles, our temples in which we hold our being. And then release and breathe your arms out to the side and up overhead. Interlace fingers, and we'll reach up with our palms. Press your arms back to open the shoulders a little more. Now lift higher. Reach up out of your waist, out of your hips, out of your ankles, and reach again. Press up. Now breathe in your deep breath and reach. And as you exhale, excuse me, bend your knees and bring your arms just lifted. Separate your hands into chair pose. Knees over the center line of your feet, which for some people is the second toe. And just work your arms a little bit. Press back. Keep the elbows nice and straight, but pull back. And then bring your arms parallel to the floor and lower down deeper into your chair, reaching hips back and fingertips forward, coming down. We'll come into prayer twist. Just bring palms together towards your heart. Take in a breath. Lengthen through your spine and turn to your left, pressing into prayer twist. Just be gentle with your spine. We're just waking it up, unless you had, if did some work before you started, maybe. Look up and breathe to center. Breathe out to your right. Press into your prayer twist. And breathe back to center. Push the floor away, reach up. And open out into a standing twist now. Just separate your feet and swing around, loosening in the spine. Feels so good in the morning, doesn't it? And we'll come back to center. Just bring your feet in and lift your left heel up. Bring your hands onto your hips. We just want to stretch the arch in the toes. Circle around. And reverse. And for the top of the foot and the ankle, just bring the top of the foot. Now, be sure that you don't sickle your foot out to the side. Keep the foot in alignment. Bend your right knee and press down. You can also, if you wish, bring that foot across, but be sure that you open the knee, press the knee back so that you don't sickle in that foot. And then bend your right knee and press the shin of your left leg down. That will stretch your ankle some more. And then come out. And other side. Lift your heel, press the heel forward, keeping the foot in alignment. Sometimes you might feel like you have a little glitch in the bones of your foot, and this will cause it to align or realign. Circle around, reverse, press forward, and then the top of the foot, you can do it straight to the back, or you can cross it over and utilize your left leg, but just be sure to press the knee open on your right leg, bend the knee, and use that as a gentle assist for stretching that foot. And then come back. Okay, so moving up the body now, just bring one knee in and then the other, opening the low back. Keep the spine straight, just bring the knee up as far as it'll come. Once more each leg. All right, and then breathing arms up overhead and swan dive forward. Breathing out and just hang in traction. You can hold on to your elbows if you want to, or just let your arms dangle. Either way is fine. Just allow the back of your legs to relax into a stretch. And breathe and relax. If it feels kind of tight in the back of your knees, just soften your knees. Bend in your hips a little bit and then straighten. Bend and straighten. And then we'll come back up and work with our wrists a little bit, arms out to the side, lengthen out in your spine so that you're coming up with a straight back. Legs are active, and breathe arms up overhead. Palms together in front of your heart. And then circle around a few times in your wrists. And reverse. And bring it down into your fingers. Swing your arms. We already did our shoulders, but we can bring our arms all the way up and back. And then take them out and crisscross a few times. Just get your blood flowing a little more down into your fingers. And then bring your hands to about waist level. Just let your arms hang, upper arms against your ribs. And then align your wrist in line with your elbow and your shoulder. And then fold in your thumb and wrap your fingers around your thumbs, maintaining that alignment. And just take your thumbs forward, the knuckle of your thumb or the fingers, you can press them down and then pull back. So breathe in here. Breathe out as you stretch forward. And then open it up, shake it out. And breathe, arms up overhead. Come into Kali Mudra. Just interlace all your fingers except for the index finger, and thumbs are just side by side. And reach arms up. Now come to the back of your mat. All right. Now we're just going to step forward. Start with your left. Breathe in and step it forward, not all the way like you would be in Warrior One, and then push back, alternate legs, step forward. So it's march forth. We're marching forth here. And back, just step it in and back. Reach up through your fingertips. All right. Now, you want to turn sideways for this one. Just take your leg out to the side, bend both knees, push off, come back to center. Step out to the other side, bend both knees, shift the weight, push off, back to center, and just repeat. Working the thighs and knees a little bit. All right, back to center. Release your arms down. Just bring your hands onto your waist. Notice how your shoulders feel. And just circle them around a few times. In reverse. Okay, and turning forward once again. Just separating your feet mat width, or if you want to go wider, you can. We're going to come into horse pose, which is the toes are slightly out, and we're going to open the knees and bend down. So either direction, whatever's comfortable for you. But take in your breath, hands on your hips. We're going to bend the knees out and open, so press them to the back. Lower down. Squeeze your legs as you come back up. So you're using your inner thighs. Lower down. Keep straight. Keep your hips in between your heels. Breathe it up. Breathe out. And if you feel you've loosened up and you want to separate your feet a little further, that's fine. And breathe. And breathe out. Open the thighs, the groin. Squeeze as you come up. Breathe. And down. Breathe. And down. And then hold the legs in position and just breathe your palms into Anjali Mudra. Keep pressing the knees open. And as your body relaxes and opens in the hips, sit a little deeper. If your thighs get tired, just lift up for a moment, breathe, and lower back down. Press your feet into the floor firmly. Lower down. And we'll come up now, squeeze the legs and turn your toes forward. Now, if you're facing sideways, just come back to center, breathe, arms up overhead, hinge forward, reach for the floor towards the front end of your mat, bend your knees and hop your feet back into plank pose. All right. Flex well in your feet, in your ankles, so that your calves get a nice stretch. Press the heels away. And then allow the hips to come down. Let your knees come onto the floor, the tops of your feet, and stretch the front of your body in traction. So just keep pulling away from your knees and your hips to elongate in the spine. And then start to roll side to side, look over your shoulder towards your feet. Feel where the stretch is there. The psoas muscles get a nice stretch here. And then come back to center and just kind of roll side to side. Okay. Now make sure your knees are facing downward, legs are together, tops of the feet on the floor. Breathe, lengthen, breathe out, bend your elbows, keep your arms in towards your ribs, engage your hips to protect your low back. Look up in cobra. Slithering is optional. Keep lengthening up, elongate. Now press down on your knees a little bit, press up on your palms and pull back into puppy stretch. And allow your hips to come all the way down onto your heels and give yourself a little rest. You can leave your arms forward or come into classic child's pose, thumbs by your ankles. Rest your shoulders. For all the spiritual warriors, let your shoulders relax. Let any tension, any burden melt off your shoulders. All right. Now just bring your palms next to your knees or your face and press up. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Just turn your toes under. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Now see if you can wiggle your way. Take your left leg out in front of your right knee a little bit and keep your fingertips on the floor. And you can sit on that heel, on that right heel, but bring your left foot up into a four square and then lengthen. bring your torso towards that front leg, just like we do seated in four square. So just come down, keep your fingertips or palms on the floor, stretch in that hip, breathe. And then lift your torso up. Now, some people are able to balance on one foot. Try just lifting one hand as though you're going to bring both palms together in front. See if you can hold your balance, just play with it. And then we're going to go to the other side. So bring that left foot in, take the right foot out a little bit. You can take it all the way around and cross it, and then bring the ankle up if you want. Maybe lean back a little bit. Flex that foot. Balance with your fingertips. Take in a breath. And lean towards your front leg. Press your hips back so that you get a stretch in that hip on the right side in a four square. And then lift up. See if you can lift one hand. You kind of have to lean towards the other hand. All right. We'll come out of that. Slide your hands forward, come back into plank pose. Engage hips, legs. Draw shoulders away from your ears. We'll press into downward facing dog. So draw your heels towards the floor and pull back. All right, just walk your feet in. Come in for head to knee now. Breathe and lift up and lower down on the exhale. And just soften your knees, lower your hips, arms out to the side, reversed. Swan. Arms overhead, palms together. All right. Now come towards the back of your mat once again. This is, I guess I can't really do anything with that. Okay. All right. So now we're going to march forward. So take in your deep breath. Start with your right leg this time and step out into warrior one. Legs. Press back through the heel. lift in your ribs, lift up, a slight arch in your back. Bring hands into Kali Mudra. And take in a breath. Point your fingers down, scoop it out and up overhead. Now, just like a sword, bring your arms down as though you're cutting through any issues that keep you held back. So slash those down, reach, come back up, breathe. And again, slash, cut any ties or ribbons or energy. Just slice it down and reach up and hold your warrior one for a moment. Reach up, lift your heart up and back. Come to center, pull back and step it in. Hands over your heart. And find your way back to the end of your mat. Taking your deep breath. And step your left leg out into warrior one. Hands in Kali Mudra, hips pointing forward. Taking a breath. And excuse me, point your fingertips down, straighten your arms out, and breathe as you lift them up. And then bring those arms, that sword, down and cut through anything that's holding you back from marching forward. Come up, breathe, and slice through anything in your way, obstacles. Breathe it up. One more slice, down. Send it away, back to the light from which it came. Reach your arms up into warrior one. Lift. And now pull back in the front leg. Step it in. Palms over your heart. Okay. Come back to the back end of your mat. Whew. Hands in Kali Mudra. And we're going to do some more marching forward. Take in your breath. Right leg, step it out. Breathe, arms overhead. Pull back, step it in, hands over your heart. Come back. Other leg, breathe. Left leg out, warrior one. Breathe it up. Pull back, step it in. My legs wanted to keep marching forward. Come back. This time, a little switcheroo. Take in your breath. Right leg forward on the exhale. Step it out. Now everything is cleared out of your way. Anything holding you back. So bring your arms into arrow pose. A slight lean forward over the front leg. Now pull back in the back heel. Take in a breath. And shoot yourself forward and out into the universe. Reach up for those stars, reach for the moon, reach for those goals, those things you want to achieve that you've been held back from. And open your arms and out. And come back. Bali Mudra. Breathe. Left leg forward. Warrior One pose. Find your alignment. Arms overhead. Now, with everything out of the way, all prepared now. You've marched forward. Now you're going to send that energy out. Separate your hands and bring your arms down and back into arrow. Lean forward over the front leg. Think of all those things you want to accomplish just in a big bubble. And a pull back in the right heel. Breathe. And spring forward. And bring arms up overhead and down over your heart. Okay. Now, turn sideways on your mat. Separate your feet, come into a 5-pointed star. Here you are, the star that you just sent out into the universe. You are that which you seek. You are that which you seek. You are the star. You are the goals. You are the achievements. They're already within you. Now turn your front foot forward for warrior two. Breathe. And bend your knee, open the hips so that you maintain that openness and no fear, represented by some tightness, maybe in low back or hips, thighs. And pull back into reversed warrior. Look up. And come back. Now bring your arms around behind you, interlace your fingers, turn halfway between center and the front knee. Stretch your arms away and stretch down towards that thigh, towards the floor. Now release your hands out to the side, just straight out. Straighten that front knee. Pivot in your body a little bit and come into your triangle pose. Bring your arm down. Press against your leg for leverage. Open the hips. Stretch out in your triangle pose, Trikonasana. Keep lengthening, elongate your spine. Relax deeper. Now lower your top arm, come down, face the front leg, bring your hands on either side of that front leg, let the back heel out. You want that knee straight on the front leg. If you need to bring the back foot in a little bit, that's fine, but you want your hips pointing forward for a head to knee Stretch down over the leg. All right, now we're just going to step in with the back foot. You can use your hands to assist you. Bend the front knee, step it in. Arms up overhead. And turn the other way. Step out into five-pointed star. Here you are again. Improving, growing, progressing, shining your light. Turn the front toes forward. The back heel presses away, hips are forward. Breathe. And come down into your warrior two. Gaze over your fingertips. Relax deeper. Open that hip. Open both hips. Deeper. Deeper. Lower down. Reverse warrior. Breathe. Reach. Higher and higher. Higher alchemy turning into gold. And come back to warrior two. Bring your arms around behind you. Interlace fingers. Turn halfway between center and your front knee. And relax down over your leg. Lift your arms up. Now straighten that knee. Release your arms. Bring the front arm in front of the leg and lift up into your triangle. Align your hips and shoulders. Knees straight. Both knees actually. Breathe. And bring your other arm, your upper arm down and bring one hand on either side of the front foot. Pivot so that your hips point forward. You can bring the back foot in a little bit. Let the heel out on the back leg. Oh, a yummy stretch for the calf, right? Point your hips forward and head to knee. Now we're going to come out. Soften the front knee. Push off the back foot. Step it in. And now we'll bend our knees and we'll come down sitting on the mat. All right. Just get comfortable. We're going to come into a twist. If you need a drink, just take a little mini break here. Okay. So bring your right knee in. Take your left leg for your twist, either in front of the shin, the knee, or the thigh. Reach up. Can you see that? The rounded back, just lift your heart, lift your crown. Make sure your heel is out of the way so you can sit, and draw your knee in. Now, just something a little different. Normally you would hold on with your right hand and you would go around to your left. We're going to switch it up a little bit initially. So stretch forward in your right arm, lift it up, and just pull around into a twist and see how that feels. Shoulders down, elongate and lift. Hold on anywhere it's comfortable. Now, press down in your feet and legs. Breathe both arms up overhead. Come to center. Turn to your left and bring your arms down for your twist on this side. Notice the difference, how it feels. Is it easier or harder? More comfortable or less comfortable? Remember to lift. Now we're going to lift both arms once again. Reach it up, back to center, lower your arms, and just feel your spine or your hips, or notice sensation. And we'll lean back and just switch our legs for our twist on the other side. Draw the knee in. Lift. Now holding with the same arm, hand as the knee in front, we're going to scoop forward, probably your left arm, just reach it up and back and open into a twist. Feel how open this is, perhaps for you. You can hold on to your ankle if you want, or your leg, whatever works for you best right now. Keep pulling your knee in towards your arm. Now press down in hips and legs and breathe both arms back up overhead and go right on around for your twist on this side. And reach up, use your arms for leverage, and let your back relax into your twist. Allowing any debris, any dross, any toxins to be released. And I'll give you a reminder here. At the end of class, when we're finished, be sure to drink plenty of water to flush out the toxins that you release in your poses. Luscious. Now press down in your hips and legs and breathe both arms up overhead. Come back to center. Unfold your legs. Bend your knees. Press your toes on the mat and then lift your legs up to whatever level is the appropriate challenge for you in this moment. You can come parallel to the floor. You can come all the way up into the boat pose. Reach up through your arms, through your crown, and through your toes. Now, see if you can lower down onto your back and your arms and feet reach the floor at the same time. Well, almost. Now press down in your low back. Bend your knees, reach up and reach past your knees. Pull in. Lift to your level for today. Arms up. Now out to the side. Now lower down. And relax. Let it go. Now take a moment. If you need to put on socks or get a bolster, whatever you need for your Shavasana. And just as you're doing that, remember how you sent yourself out into the universe with all your hopes and dreams, your goals, your intentions. You became the star, the 5-pointed star, shining your light. And now you can relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Soften. You've been holding strong, the spiritual warrior, through your whole practice. Now we let go and let the universe manipulate all those energies and send them back to you in appropriate form for you. You've marched forward. March forth. Now rest. Allow a sense of well-being to wash through your whole body, mind, and generate the emotion or the feeling of gratitude in exchange. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Slowly now, just like coming back from a dream, remembering your connections, your Shavasana experience, coming back to the physical realm. Notice your body. Does it feel heavy or light? Are you raring to go and march forth? Or do you feel like you want to linger here? Just notice what it feels like for you. And start to bring some wiggles in to your fingers and toes. Press the back of your neck down against the floor. Stretch out your neck. Press your low back down. And take your head side to side. And slide your feet together. Draw your knees up to your chest and pull them in for a stretch. And come to one side. Press up into sitting. We'll bring our hands into Raja Mudra. Just press the long fingertips together and fold in all your other fingers, touching the knuckles. Bring thumbs together and then bring it in to your solar plexus area, strengthening, empowering you to march forth, a spiritual warrior, strong, powerful, compassionate, and passionate. May this mudra anchor in all the qualities you achieve today in your practice. And bring hands into Anjali Mudra over your heart. March forth and create peace. Let it emanate from you. You created it in yourself. Now spread the wealth. Namaste, everybody. Can you see my halo? Just kidding, of course.
You definitely were glowing.
Well, I've got to put a curtain. I used to have a curtain over that window, and now that the sun seems to be showing up earlier,
Mhm.
I need to put that back over it.
Well, you ladies have a wonderful day.
Oh, God.